British music hall Royale splendor. And I hope you sit back and relax and enjoy The Mystery of Edwin
Good evening and welcome. A very warm welcome to all of you on this most thrilling of nights here at the Music Hall Royale. Tonight, we have the privilege of presenting for your approval the premiere performance of The Mystery of Edwin Drood. This being a musicale with dramatic interludes. Now, as you are all no doubt aware, our own Mr. Charles Dickens was full halfway through the creation of the greatest mystery novel of our time when he decided to commit the one ungenerous deed of his noble career. He died. Leaving behind not the slightest hint as to the outcome of his bizarre and uncompleted puzzle, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, when we reach that point in which Charles Dickens wrote no more, I shall be asking you to vote upon key questions in regards to the outcome of our plot. Then our company will make its most earnest efforts to meet the supreme challenge, to contrive an ending in accordance with your specifications. And yours. So come on, let's be as vulgar and uncivilized as is legally possible. Loosen your corsets, kick off your boots, and enjoy yourselves. Oh, and for those of you gentlemen who arrived alone and require companionship up through the final curtain,
or beyond,
you need only ask our stage manager, Mr. James Trouble, whose pleasure it is to see.
That you need never be lonely again. I'll fix you up later, sir.
Oh no, look, Jim, he wants fixing up now. His tongue is hanging out. Oh, that haircut. But please do remember, ladies and gentlemen, these sparkling and vivacious ingenues are not salaried employees, and so we do ask you to generously contribute towards the cost of their theatrical studies. And that you make sure all goods are returned by tomorrow morning.
Nonetheless,
So come on, let's continue this evening's bill of fare. For the first time ever, the completed musical rendition of The Mystery
of Edwin Drood.
Cloister, the ancient moldering cathedral city of Cloister. Not a particularly encouraging setting for the Christmas season come upon us. A wintry shudder goes through the giant elm trees as they shed a gush of tears. And here we are in the home of Mr. John Jasper, choir master of the Cloister Cathedral. Choir master, composer, vocal instructor, and organist. John Jasper is blessed with the voice the angels themselves might envy. And ladies and gentlemen, who better to essay the role of John Jasper than our own gifted vocal instructor, Mr. Clyde Paget.
Another trifling day, one more so stifling day of blinding pain. Boredom grinds my brain down to the green. Oh, I crack myself. Hello there. A man can go quite mad and not be all that bad. Consider each superb, disturbing urge you've ever had. To curse aloud in church or choke each bloke who throws a smile your way. Be that as it may, a man can have bad dreams and not be all he seems, yet not be far removed from all the noblest of extremes. Sometimes I think that sanity is just a passing fad. A man could go quite mad. Unblessed are the dull, one ceaseless, peaceless law, one wondrous night, storm-struck, thunderous light, will cast me right. What are you wearing? Oh, a sculptor lacking arms, a sorcerer lacking charms, a fiend who frightens no one, for there's no one that he harms, whose clutches cut at only desperate respite from this dim tableau. Knowing this is so, I hide myself in thought, where one cannot be caught, and feed on dreams that contradict each edict I've been taught. And if someday I lose my way in mind, you'll find me glad. A man could go quite, man could go quite, man could go quite mad.
John Jasper eagerly awaits the arrival of his beloved nephew, and this title character of this evening's diversion, Edwin Drood.
Hello, Uncle.
Why, there's the lad now.
My dear Uncle.
Oh, Edwin, come here. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. Devotees of male impersonation will tell you they are more used to seeing Miss Nutting in top hat and tails when she does her inimitable performance of Aren't I Half a Tough. But tonight she hides her distinctive form beneath the garb of young Edwin Drood. So, a warm round of applause, if you will, for tonight's guest artiste and London's leading male impersonator, Alice Nutting.
Any dinner, Uncle?
You forget, Ned, that uncle and nephew are words prohibited here by express agreement.
Oh, of course, you're right, John. Besides, there are only a half a dozen years or so between our ages.
Yes, I'll drink up.
Hello, Jack. Don't drink yet. I must propose a toast.
A toast? To what, Ned?
He asked to what? To Rosa.
Rosa?
To the fair Miss Rosa Budd. Surely you've not forgotten that Rosa and I are soon to be wed.
It has not quite slipped my mind.
Yes, a tedious ceremony in your creaking cathedral, John. Then off with my wonderfully pretty child bride to dusty Egypt, where I intend to shake things up a bit. No? We'll work on it.
It is certainly not.
Whatever.
Egypt seems a desperate great distance.
Indeed it is. But Jack, this portrait of Rosa is not one of my better efforts, yet you choose to hang it here. Heaven's name, why?
Because it reminds me of you,
What?
Ned,
Oh.
and of the happiness I wish you and Rosa
I'm sure we'll be quite happy. Though our courtship suffers from an unavoidable flatness owing to the fact that my Denigon father and her Denigon father had as good as married us at birth. Why the devil couldn't they have left us alone?
Tut, tut, dear boy.
Tut, tut! It is all very well for you. You get to love whosoever you choose!
Oh! No, don't stop me, Philip, you gone.
Have I hurt your feelings, John?
How could you have hurt my feelings?
Good heavens, Jack. Oh, you look frightfully ill. There's a strange film come over your eyes.
I have been taking medicine for pain and agony that overcomes me. I have been forced of late to seek treatment in London. Fear not, the effects will soon be gone.
My dear uncle, I don't know what to say.
Then take it as a warning. Annette, Edwin, this is a confidence between us.
It shall be sacredly preserved, John.
I have confided in you because
we are fast friends, because I love and trust you as you love and trust me.
Yes.
Right, okay. No hands, Jack. My dearest Uncle Jack.
My dearest nephew Ned.
A life without your friendship would be life as good as dead.
The winds of hell may blow, but as you well may know, I'll heed your call, no need to small to face the fire below. For you,
For you,
for you,
for you. Two kinsmen more than brothers. We know no next of kin. And yet we know no all that's close beneath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the bonds that tie us twain. Two kinsmen when all others leave and we remain. My dearest Uncle Jack, if men say words against you, I would make them take them back. A loyal lord of mine would be but glad to die, and by my death one extra breath of life for you I'd buy. 'Tis true, for you. Two kinsmen more than brothers, we know no next of kin, and yet we know no others close beneath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the bonds that tie us twain. Two kinsmen when all others leave and we remain. 'Tis true, for you. Two kinsmen are we two.
Miss Alice Nutting and Mr. Clyde Paget, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you. We should
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
Okay.
good job, bro.
At these prices, two voices at the same time seems almost an embarrassment of riches. But by looking at some of you in the audience tonight, I doubt you'd be embarrassed by much. But to continue our story, Edwin Drood is visiting Cloisterham to offer his regards to his bride-to-be, the fair Miss Rosa Budd, who, like Drood, is an orphan. Rosa resides in London's most respectable seminary for young ladies, aptly, if not correctly named, the Nun's House. Ladies and gentlemen, the part of Rosa Budd this evening has been taken by that most delicate of English roses, that blossoming bud who is yet to have been plucked, the unspeakably lovely Miss Deidre Peregrine.
Oh, the happiest of birthdays to you. I only pray I may be able to say these words on each of your birthdays.
I fear that it is not likely since, as you know, your own nephew Edwin and I will be departing for Egypt once we are married.
It was only a wish, Rosa. How lovely you look. I have awaited your birthday with eagerness.
Eagerness, Mr. Jasper?
Yes! Your voice will no longer be as subject to the fluctuations of adolescence. And in what condition is your voice today, my dearest student?
As my tutor, perhaps that question should be best answered by you, Mr. Jasper. Shall I sing the Mozart?
No! I have composed a song especially for you, my loveliest subject. On the occasion of your birthday, a choir master's pay being what it is, my life's blood is the most I can afford to offer.
cannot sing these words. It would not be proper.
Why, whatever can you mean?
I cannot. I am not worthy of it.
As your music master, that should be my decision. From the beginning, please.
Between the very dead of night and day, upon a steely sheet of light, and in the moonfall, I'll give myself to you. I'll bathe in moonfall and dress myself in dew. Before the cloak of night reveals the morn, time holds its breath while it conceals the dawn, and in the moonfall all sound is frozen still, yet warm against me. Your skin will warm the chill of moonfall. I feel its fingers, lingers, the veil of night shade, lies made from stars that all too soon fall. Moonfall that pours from you. Betwixt our hearts let nothing intervene. Between our eyes the only sight I've seen is lustrous moonfall as it bars my view. So that soon I only see but you.
It was lovely. But lovely will not do. When you sing the words, you must make me feel you mean them. Once again, if you please.
Between the very dead of night and day, upon this steely sheet of light, I get madness. I'm frightened. Take me away.
Okay. Don't speak to her for a minute and she'll be well.
She's not used to an audience. Besides, Mr. Jasper, you're such a conscientious master that I believe you make her afraid of you. No wonder.
No wonder.
Oh, you'd be afraid of him under similar circumstances, wouldn't you, Miss Landless?
Not under any circumstances.
Ladies and gentlemen, our own fiery spirit, the unpredictable, Miss Janet Conover.
Good afternoon, Reverend Chris Parker.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Jasper. And may I introduce young Neville Landless. He and his twin sister, Helena, have just arrived from Ceylon, where they no longer have any family. Neville has been entrusted to my care, and Helena will be living here at the nun's house.
Welcome to Cloisterham, Mr. Landless.
I'm afraid young Master Neville has been given over to me to help calm his rather hot-tempered nature, and to help him make a new beginning here in Cloistrum.
You and your sister lost your parents recently, Mr. Landless.
Their mother died when they were quite young. Now their stepfather has crossed over as well.
I'm most sorry.
There is no need for you, bright gentlemen, to console me. As it happens, it was well my stepfather died when he did. Or I might have killed him.
Of our company, Mr. Victor Grinstead.
I surprise you, sir.
You shock me! Unspeakably shock me!
You never saw him beat my sister. My stepfather was a brute, Mr. Jasper. In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to free our stepfather's cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy, but to no avail. As for myself, I have had from my earliest remembrances to subdue a deadly and bitter hatred, which has made me secret and revengeful. However, sir, your kindness and goodwill have deeply moved me. I pledge to change my ill-tempered ways and break new ground for myself.
There's the lad. He'll soon blend in, Mr. Jasper.
You're a pupil, Mr. Jasper. She sings beautifully.
Thank you.
Your efforts have not been without success.
I trust so, Mr. Landless.
And may I inquire if your relationship extends beyond that of pupil and master?
Oh, heavens, no, Neville! Miss Bunny's betrothed to young Edwin Drood, Mr. Jasper's nephew.
You do well to cast your eyes and interests in other directions, sir.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Jasper.
No pardon is necessary. However, I must be off. Choir practice, I fear. I wish you well in your new life, Mr. Landless.
Thank you. Thank you indeed. I trust we shall meet again. And I should like to meet this Drood and see what sort of man is worthy of the affection of Miss Bunny.
Steady, lad! Steady! What are you doing?
You are feeling better now, aren't you? Oh, much. Thank you. These surroundings, which may seem very secure to you, are new and unsettling to me. You will be my friend, won't you? I will be as good of a friend as such a mite of a thing can be to such a womanly and handsome creature as you. Who is Mr. Jasper? My Edwin's uncle. And my music master. You know that he loves you. Oh, don't! He terrifies me. I feel I'm never safe from him. He's made a slave of me with his looks. Forced me to keep silent without his uttering a single threat. Careful! You're tearing Mr. Jasper's composition. It is of no matter. I do not intend to sing it again.
I'm sure we'll have at least one reprise of that before we're finished, don't you think? But we now step from the chaste sanctity of the nun's house and travel, for reasons which will soon become clear, to the wickedest corner of the wickedest hole in the fabric of the city of London. Below the streets, and beneath contempt, lies the opium den of the Princess Puffer. Here the universal tongue of opium is spoken, with its subdialects of burglary, violence for profit, and murder. And reigning supreme over this blemish on England's fair complexion is the Princess Puffer, who ministrates to her clients' needs and hears more than she tells. Betrayed tonight by the grand dame of the Music Hall Royale, the queen mother of the red light district, that good woman of ill repute, I give you your very own and beloved, Miss Angela Prysuck.
Crime don't pay. That's what I tells 'em. If it did, would I be here mixing pipes? What then I sells 'em for a pint of rotten beer? Throats you cut to pocket trumpets, or you strut to cop some sleep. Bash a face for bleeding tuppence, pure disgrace for work so cheap. That's why I say, don't be a sinner for the price of London gin. You can't pay for one square dinner with the wages of sin. Sell my soul come of it? Who would buy this sack of skin? On the whole, there ain't much profit in the wages of sin. In the wages of sin. In the wages of sin. Hello, love. Fancy seeing you here 2 nights in a row. A little slice of comedy been buttering up instead of me. One little piece of raspberry tart. Oh, begging your pardon, miss. First night on the town with him, is it, eh? Never you fear, love. I've had him on numerous occasions. And let me tell you, whatever he has in store for you, praise God, it'll be over within an instant. I've seen girls from gutter families, trap men with fluttery ways, and they coo, pass the jam, please. Over knobs or breakfast trays. Over there in bed 11 sleeps a rotten stinking chap. Spends his days eyes cast to heaven. Spends his nights amongst this crap. That's why, as I say, don't take half measures. Do things right and dig right in. In this world there's greater treasures than the wages of sin. I get threats, but seldom offers. If I did, I'd pack it in. You can't fill that many coffers with the wages of sin. Give your love some help with the last line, then. With the wages of sin. Oh, bloody hell! You can do better than that. Get off your bums and give us the notes. With the wages of sin. God love you, I'm sure.
The meanest room in London, and as the light of day steals into the room, would not the parishioners of Cloisterham be astounded to discover, in bed 11, that goodly choir master of Cloisterham Cathedral, John Jasper!
Woman, I need laudanum wine and quickly. My task is only half finished and your medicine is less potent than usual.
Laudanum? So you're mixing opium with the wine these days? I'll fix it up for you now.
Yes. Before I can get to the changes of colors and great landscapes, I must be rid of him.
Who?
Oh, him!
God spare if there's no one there.
No, him! There he isn't. There I am.
Yes, of course. Now, be still and have yourself a pleasant journey.
before Lord, and I wish you free. Rosa. Rosabud. Rosa. Rosabud!
What did you say? Did you say Rosabud?
I can't seem to recall what I said. Could you please direct me to the railway station? I seem to be lost.
5 threepence it owes me.
That seems a large sum for a smart courtesy. However, if you are that needy... Ooh, you got that. The railway station.
The nearest is in Aldgate, 10 minutes to walk away from the river.
I thank you. Incredible.
Who are you, then? And what are you?
I wonder how many of you noticed that meaningful statement. It sounded suspiciously like a clue to me. Might we have it again, my dear?
Are you kidding me? God?
Yes, once more, please.
Who are you, then? And what are you?
What indeed? But it is now the following day, and as we return to less sordid surroundings, we meet Cloistrum's leading citizen, Mayor Thomas Sapsey.
Good afternoon, Mayor Sapsey.
Mayor Sapsey. Really? Your kind indulgence for a short announcement. The part of Mayor Thomas Sapsey will not, I repeat, will not be portrayed tonight by Mr. Terry Glomsch, as is stated in your program. Mr. Glomsch, as many of you already know, has tended to appear more frequently in the bar at the rear than up here on the footlights. So it will come as no surprise to all regulars that Mr. Glomsch is once again massively indisposed due to injuries he received while fighting for a lady's honor. Apparently the lady wished to keep it. Thank you. So the part of Mayor Thomas Sapsey will be portrayed tonight by your own humble chairman and obedient servant. I refer, of course, to myself, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. William Cartwright. I hope this last-minute substitution meets with your approval.
Clap then! I don't know what to do now. Good afternoon, Mayor Sapsey.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Ockerspachel. Thank you.
These are my new charges from Ceylon, Mr. Sapsey.
Oh, yeah.
I was just taking them to meet, and here he comes now. Helena, Neville, may I introduce young Edwin Drood.
Sir?
Sir, I congratulate you on your good fortune, sir.
Good fortune, sir.
Your betrothal, sir.
Oh, yes, Rosa.
Our young man is soon to depart himself for your segment to the globe, Neville.
Ceylon, Mr. Drood.
No, but much the same. Egypt.
To make your future, sir?
No, to ensure that Egypt has one. I will soon be taking over my family's engineering concern there. I plan to pull off a miracle.
Pray, what miracle?
The Cairo Transverse, Mr. Landless, a thoroughfare for commerce and coach travel across the desert to Alexandria.
A monumental task, Mr. Drood.
Yes,
One wonders from where one will obtain, for example, the paving stones.
the pyramids.
No!
Yes! Well, I say so there is enough rock on the top half of the Great Pyramid alone.
This is English blasphemy!
Yes, it is.
Is it not enough that you take our delicate brew of tea leaves and likewise improve it by pouring a cow's milk into
Never,
the tea
please!
and then...
Let us not raise our voices here in, Cloistrum High Street.
Sorry.
Right, Cloistrum High Street.
Well, I mean no offense, sir.
And I did not mean my awkward ways to arouse such emotion, but to ruffle your splendid feathers, Miss Body.
I'm sure Mr. Landless only feels passionately about his part of the world.
Well, as long as he keeps his passions in check.
I fear I have not yet adapted myself to your restrained climates. Master Edwin, Miss Bud.
Well, my uncle has already given me some account of your hot-blooded temperament, sir. I hope you've left them both behind you.
My reputation precedes me here, a situation I needs must fear.
shall I show them the full effect?
What do I owe them? What they expect? A pretty subject on display from Ceylon today. Our emigration to this location has brought our station down a mile. This destination divides creation in rank and file, and English are they and British am I.
British are they and English am I. There are two subjects we don't discuss.
One is our monarch, the other's us.
And yet I fear you soon will be the subject of scrutiny.
Pretty subject nonetheless.
Throw it in by they'll try to guess.
Big town of Burma, what's all the fuss? From terra firma belongs to us.
A pretty subject on display.
Something not to
Our
Your
emigration
migration to this
has
destination
brought our station
measures we
down
thought
a
you
mile. This destination divides creation in rank and file,
is the
and
explanation.
are they and British am I, and our
Your
emigration
migration to this destination
has brought our station
measures we thought you
This destination divides creation rank and file, and English are they and British am I. This is the way we'll stay.
This is the way we'll stay till we die. Till we die. That's good.
You see, Mayor Sapsy, it's just as I've been saying. There's an instinctive rivalry between my own dear boy and this landless fellow. And I fear his hot-blooded Eastern temperament.
Mr. Jasper, I fear you exaggerate the matter.
I will go mad! Do you not realize there's more than one side? One face to all things in nature. Beneath Neville's tainted English accent and adopted English manners, there's a heathen landless, a tribesman landless, a half-blooded, half-bred, half-caste who would kill as easily as he would comb his sleek hair.
Mr. Jasper, this seems quite extraordinary.
To the contrary, nothing could be more ordinary, sir! I, myself, suffer from this sort of duality on occasion. Sometimes I will forget things and going back to fetch them, half expect to meet myself rounding a corner I've already turned.
And what about me having to be your chairman and play this Mayor Sapsy book at the same time? It's damn confusing.
Yes, indeed. Like a two-sided Neville landless. I find that I am not myself these days. For all I know, I might be you. There's more than room enough for two inside my mind.
I am likewise in a haze of who I am from scene to scene. What's more, we two before I mean are in a bind.
For he's an I, or he's a me.
And if I'm him, and if I'm he, each one of us might not agree on what to do.
And if I take opposing sides within myself, then you devise whether it's right or wrong, I'll go along with you. A penny, one penny, ten penny, 12 penny, 12 to a shilling, 5 cents to a florin, and would you not fancy the tendency florin to find the same face on both sides of the coin? Bob is your uncle from pennies to guineas, a two-sided midge is a rule, not exception, and would you not feel quite the fool of deception to find the same face on both sides of the coin?
Odds or even,
Heads or tails,
it's high or low,
or black or white,
it's up or down,
or left or right,
or night or day. But nature seldom ever fails to most obligingly provide an undisclosed opposing side to one's dismay.
There's shadows in the shining moon.
If there's a rose, there's a thorn.
You're good as dead as soon as born,
And yet we smile. But love's division is perverse.
It seems to work more in
If
reverse.
things are better, they'll be worse in just a while.
Hippity, one penny, tuppenny, twopenny, 12 to a shilling, twice half to a florin, and would you not fancy the currency florin to find the same face of both sides of a coin? Bob is your uncle from pennies to guineas and 2-cent midges with rule not exception, and would you not think quite the fool of deception to find the same face of both sides of a coin? Hippity, one penny, tuppenny, twopenny, 12 to a shilling, twice half to a florin, and would you not fancy the currency florin to find the same face of both sides of a coin? Bob is your uncle from pennies to guineas and 2-cent midges with rule not exception, and would you not think quite the fool of deception to find the same face of both sides of a coin?
All together now. Hippity, woppity, tuppity. Wow.
It's English, it's not that hard.
It's just English.
Yeah.
You convinced me, Mr. Jasper. I shall certainly keep my eyes fixed upon this young Neville Landless fellow.
A brilliant and original idea, Mayor Sapsy. But now I must change. Good day, sir.
Bye. We now step from Cloistrom to High Street and fall in step with a relic, known only to the citizens of Cloistrom as Durdles, a gentleman whose knowledge for the cathedral tombs is only exceeded by his capacity for wine and spirits. Durdles is now wending his way towards an important assignation.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said an assignation with Mayor Thomas Sapsy, who lives just around behind.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said around behind.
And so have you!
I didn't come here to be insulted.
Why, where do you usually go?
I'm not a complete fool, you know.
Oh, which bit's missing?
You're next to an idiot!
I'm pleased to meet you.
Ladies and gentlemen, saying the role of Durdles tonight, the clown prince of the Music Hall Royale, your friend, certainly not mine. I give you, and I don't want him back, Mr. Nick Cricker.
Assistant, dear friends, by my own lad, young Nick Cricker II.
Yes, a warm round of applause for Nick Cricker and son.
Good afternoon, Mayor Sapsy, your lordship, sir.
Good afternoon, Durdles.
I'm begging your pardons to the cough. It's a touch of the rheumatism.
No, you mean rheumatism.
No, sir, been working on your dead wife's grave.
Please refer to the late Miss Thomas Sapsy as just that, Durdles. The late Miss Thomas Sapsy. That is how I refer to her, indeed. That is how I like to think of her.
Yeah, she was one in a million.
No! She was one in a raffle. Really? Unbelievable. But is my wife's tomb ready?
Yes, Governor, the door's all ready for my inscribing. She'll be much happier once we moved it from a temporary grave. Though it's not been at all damp and the moles won't have been able to get at her for ages. There's nothing much you can do about the worms, though, as they've already made a meal.
That's quite enough, Durdles! And who's this thing, this boy?
My protege. Squire. Name of deputy.
I put the lock on your wife's script myself, your lordship.
That's right, I have the key right here.
Forget the...
Right here. And it'll be my pleasure to unlock that door and slide you old women in there tomorrow. There's room enough in there for the entire royal family to have afternoon tea.
Yes, yes. Come on.
That crypt's a national treasure, if I may make so bold, Your Grace. In fact, just a while ago, Mr. Jasper asked if I'd take him into the crypts to see.
You might like to add that line to your list of suspicious statements.
Steady on, Bill. We don't want these people jumping to conclusions without all the facts in hand. Otherwise, they'll all be running off to the races.
Let's go off the races.
Stop! 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 That's scheduled for later on in the program. We mustn't stop this dramatic momentum we're building. For now... Shut up! No. For now, we must descend into the darkness to shed light upon our curious story. We follow Deputy Endurtles to Cloistrom Graveyard.
Watching me, you cunning devil. Oh, of the blood of you! There! That'll serve you.
Murder! Murder!
What do you say? You murdered him! No, stop talking such lunacy, Turtles, and help me revive the dear boy. Oh, I only pray that... Oh!
There, you bastard! And I'll stone your eye out next time, so help you.
Quite young wretch!
Why do you sort me this way, Deputy?
You're right for the asylum, Mr. Jasper.
What?
Peculiar lad.
Blame it on his infectious youth, sir.
Yes.
No, but that was potent wine you gave me, Mr. Jasper. More potent than even I'm accustomed to. Did you get a chance to look inside Mrs. Sapsey's crypt while I was asleep?
No. I seem to have gotten lost.
Well, I was lost myself in a fitful dream. I dreamt that someone touched me and took something from me. And here's what it was. Mrs. Sapsey wouldn't like me leaving the keys to the mausoleum in front of his wife's crypt. He gave me strict instructions that the keys were... Well, the key to Mrs. Sapsey's tomb is missing. What do you think, Mr. Jasper?
I think that I have guests due any moment for Christmas dinner. And a poor host, not to offer them all the comfort and joy of the season. Happy Christmas to you, Turtles.
And God rest ye merry, Mr. Jasper.
Yes.
Chatting afternoons among these silent tombs.
Sorry.
Again. My betrothed. You know, Rosa, we are not legally bound to marriage.
Then, Eddie, dearest, let us switch to brother and sister from this day forth.
Never to be husband or wife.
Never.
I am honor bound to confess that this idea does not originate with you alone, Rosa.
I know you have not been truly happy with our engagement, nor have I.
I am sorry, Rosa.
And I for you. Poor boy.
If only our marriage had been arranged since birth, we know how we truly feel about each other.
If we were perfect strangers, how perfect life could be. I know if I adore you, you know if you love me. Too much we've seen together to judge the view.
wrote my uncle. Why, whatever's the matter?
Could we keep our change of plans for Mr. Jasper for a while, Eddie?
Yes, of course. Why give him such terrible news on Christmas Eve? But we must be off. He is expecting us for dinner, and I fear there's a storm brewing.
The bizarre climate you have here in Cloisterham. First snow and now this threatening storm. The gods must be angry.
God must be angry, Neville, not gods. We use the singular in England.
What a storm for Christmas Eve.
Yes. 'Twas like this the night that Rose's mother died.
Neville tells me you were once engaged to Rose's mother, Mr. Crisparkle.
Yes, but I fear I was a bit too Anglican. A bit too angular for her taste. And then, at a seaside party celebrating her 2nd anniversary, only a few months after Rosa was born, she apparently slipped while walking unobserved along the cliffs and drowned in the embrace of the ungrateful waves. But enough. Let's follow Mr. Jasper's lead and forget our grievances with life and with each other over a sturdy Christmas dinner.
I pray you will forgive the meagre merits of my humble table.
Hello all, sorry we're late, but we fought the storm and all of the
Miss
rain.
Todd, it is wondrous to see you again. Let me take your things.
I had no idea that you were taking on domestic staff, Uncle. Take it.
Edwin, Mr. Landless will take you seriously.
No fear of that.
Now, lads! Rosa, you've no idea what it means to have you in my chambers.
Miss Todd, how is it that in a season of holly, you remind me of the flowering hibiscus?
And how is it that you remind me of an inconsistent baker, Neville? While your metaphors seem quite stale, your manners are uncommonly fresh.
You go too far, sir.
Gentlemen! This is Christmas Eve, and I will tolerate no further unchristian-like behavior between you. Now, this mulled wine is very good stuff indeed. I prepared it specially for you on a recent recipe I obtained on a recent trip to London.
Well, any port in a storm is good for me, Uncle.
Yes, any port in a storm. Very good, Edwin, very good.
Oh, would you like some, Crisparkle?
None for me, thanks. Oh, what the hell?
Now, let us drink deep.
This wine is way more potent than usual, Jack.
Well, I thought you lads would like it. Now, let's have no more ill will between us.
Yes. Neville, I swear you didn't want to.
Edwin! What?
Fine. There is no more cause for rivalry between us. Neville, you have my friendship, if you wish it.
Then, a Merry Christmas to you, Edwin.
The goose is cooked.
Miss Poppy, I think your next Christmas dinner will be in Egypt.
Oh my God, Landless, why don't you accompany us to Cairo? I'm sure Rose and I could use someone to carry our bags.
What? Gentlemen, ladies, please be seated.
Sir, I don't much like your tone, that supercilious sneer you wear. Clear you wear a finer coat than mine, but a waistcoat worn can soon be torn. A weed like you should bleed his blood so blue.
Something in this speech seems ominous to me. Swing don't obey to pay, promise this to me.
Praise to him divine, for this we should be glad.
Won't you try some wine?
No good can come from bad.
My dearest nephew Ned, I wish to wish you well. The world is yours before you, just like
Landless, as you already know, your blood is hot but less than pure. Less I'm sure than we, your history would indicate. bone with daggers drawn, I glare at you who dare presume to stare into my vein. My wipe and share my life, I see you dead before sweet Rosa.
Fate walks near, I feel it, I fear it. We are friends and yet they'll not soon forget. Hearing Neville's threats, every epithet.
In younger days I hungered for another, Rosa's mother. After Rosa's birth she left this earth, now Dusty's all I'm worth.
Soon on a time, I thought that I'm addressed and all quite naive, that I perceive these boys, this noise, more funny than they might conceive.
Since I told over Catholic on I never dressed down at you who dare presume to stare into my vein. My wipe and share my life, I see you dead before sweet Rosa. With these new additions there may be revealed murderous admissions, otherwise concealed. By on you I curse, for warning you have had.
Bad must lead to worse.
No good can come from bad, no good. No good can come from bad. What a storm for Christmas Eve. I must stroll down to the river Weir to see this fit of nature unchecked. Will you excuse me, Uncle?
Of course.
I will join you on your walk.
And we must return to the nun's house before the storm. Good night, Edwin.
My dear.
Everyone.
Rosa!
Be careful how you tread, Neville.
Well, I shall see the ladies safely home.
Will you accompany us, Uncle?
No, Edwin. I have plans I must execute. But I will not let you go in that flimsy coat. You shall wear my own humble but serviceable caped coat.
Oh, why? Very
Come,
good.
Edwin.
I know.
Your destiny calls.
Figure this out. No. Goodbye, Uncle. Goodbye, all.
When shall these three meet again? When? If ever. It is now late the next day, Christmas Day to be sure. There is to be no trace found of young Edwin Drood.
Mr. Crisparkle? Oh, Reverend, I know something terrible has happened to Edwin.
No, let us wait until my assistant Bassett reports. You've heard the sentiment voiced, I'm sure, that no news is most certainly good news. Ah, here he is now. Bassett, what news?
No news.
There, you see? I don't believe you met my assistant, Bassett. His chief occupation is in guiding excursion parties around our church. Quite the showman is our Bassett, though tragically misplaced.
Misplaced?
Yes, I fear Mr. Bassett carries with him a secret. Now, Rosa, what do you think Mr. Bassett has done?
Nothing dreadful, I hope.
Mr. Bassett has written a play, a tragedy.
The Thorn of Anxiety.
When will it be performed, Mr. Bassett?
Never.
Sometimes I think Mr. Bassett has more pride in its lack of support, like a citizen of Greece who prefers the Parthenon in ruin. But I hope to see Mr. Bassett's work performed someday.
I too, Mr. Bassett.
I love the theatrical world, but there are many stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Then Bassett, use that enviable creativity to find some accounting for young men.
That assignment, I eagerly accept.
My dear, hopeless Edwin.
How like her mother she looks. Had the Lord seen fit to smile on me? Had her mother not married another, no matter death at that pleasure party by the sea, I could have been Rosa's.
Father, I need your prayers.
Rise, my child, because the cathedral bell summons us.
And is it not significant, Mayor Sapsy, that Neverlandness was last seen fleeing the district?
You've convinced me, Mr. Jasper. A secret murder can indeed be hiding in Cloisterham's most affectionate bosom. Good evening, madam. Yes, and all signs do point to young Neverlandness.
My thoughts exactly.
I shall instruct a few strong fellows to bring him here, using whatever force is necessary so that we may question him.
You do that, sir.
We'll find Neville Landless right enough now.
And when we do, we'll educate the murderous swine.
Right, with any luck we'll have a hanging for Christmas.
Fetch the dogs!
Fetch the dogs!
Yes,
I apologize.
On.
Mr. Jasper, look what I've discovered.
it's my coat. The one I gave to Evan last night. It's been torn to ribbons. And blood. Oh God, there's just blood on it. Where did you find this?
Under a rock by the River Weir.
My dear boy is murdered! I take this oath before you pass it, record it in your memory, that I shall fasten the crime of murder upon the murderer, and that I devote myself to his destruction.
I shall remember your words, Mr. John Jasper.
And I believe that's it for you this evening, Philip.
That's right, Bill.
Well, I mean, it hardly seems worth your coming down from... does someone have a program I can borrow? Thank you. Knutsford each night, does it?
It's pronounced Knutsford, Bill. The K is silent.
Knutsford each night, does it? You seem to specialize in these narrow parts of late.
Not by choice, Mr. Cartwright.
Well, let's see. In Julius Caesar, you played the part of...
A senator.
At least he was in for the kill, right? History joke. I mean, it seems rather odd Mr. Dickens would have created your character at all. Unless, of course, he had a more promising future for you in mind.
That's been my solace in the role, Mr. Cartwright.
Yes, I'm sure. Still, you do understudy the role of Mr. Clyde Paget as John Jasper. Surely one of these
In
days...
actuality, Mr. Paget claims to have never missed a performance in his entire career.
Well, Philip, the second act... The second act is considerably shorter than the first. Would you have a song ready at hand?
Yeah, I do have a song ready.
Shall we? Why not, indeed?
Well, as an opera singer, I do have, as in common with my role this evening, aspirations as an author, and have composed a brief song which I venture to say underscores the dilemma I share with the character Basil I portray. I hesitate.
Come, its title, Mr. Bax.
What? Never the luck, Mr. Cartwright.
Ladies and gentlemen, in unscheduled diversion in this evening's performance, an unpublished, and perhaps rightfully unheard of composition, Mr. Philip Bax singing his own Never the Luck.
Never the luck, and never the league, and never you mind, they say. In time we all taste the lime in the light, and I'll have my night someday. Still, each precious part seems over and done before I've begun to speak. I cast out my line and keep my hand in, but I'll not stand in this week. Some starless night, they'll call tones the wings. Hoorah! Dances and sings. That's when your Julie springs, and seeing me, then they will cry. Why? He knows each line, and everyone's a cue. We must let him do the crime. That was not mine.
by fate to be struck, but never the luck have I. But ever the dream have I.
Thank you. Stop. It wasn't that good, was it?
The song is over now.
Don't want to sing one of us?
No. Come on, let's go.
Who I am.
And you fellows! Enough now!
There's your murderers.
Reverend Crisparkle, what have I done?
Nothing. I'm certain, lad. I'm sure there's some
Madness! Where's Edwin Drood?
Why do you ask me that way?
Because you were the last person seen in his company, and he is nowhere to be found.
Miss Sapsy, do you wish to question him?
You left for the river with Edwin Drood at what time?
In all honesty, I cannot recall anything of what transpired once Edwin and I reached the river.
And what's that blood stain on your back, Neville Endless?
I acquired this bloodstain from these men of yours when they dragged me forcibly back from the countryside where I had been walking.
Neville Landless, as acting constable of the district, I hereby place you under arrest.
No! You cannot do that! Get off of me now!
Shit.
Neville! How many of them did it take to murder me in this way?
8!
You have an interesting way with the law and Cloisterham, Mayor Sapsy. Dear Mr. Jasper, for days now you've been warning all Cloisterham of impending violence between your nephew and my brother. What do you know about this?
Only that my nephew is dead.
I warned that young Neville has no knowledge of Edwin Drood beyond that which he has freely volunteered.
And you shall volunteer nothing further, Neville.
I would like to remind you and your brother that there is the issue of murder at hand.
Before you utter that word again, you laughable man, perhaps you'd be good enough to supply a body, a corpse, a victim, something more tangible than Edward's nephew, a timorous uncle, and a ludicrous city official who has no backing for his charges beyond pure pomp and sheer circumstance.
Hear, hear!
Well said, Helena.
She's right, you know, Mr. Sapsy. Without Edwin's body, you cannot possibly arrest young Master Neville.
Release him.
Bless you, Mr. Crisparkle.
I am overpaid.
I only wish I could express my gratitude without this strange, somewhat geographically untraceable accent.
Well, let's all pause for a moment, shall we? Here is where matters now lie. Edwin Drood has vanished, and may likely be, Clive,
Dead. John Jasper has sworn vengeance upon his nephew's murderer.
Whom most of the populace suspect to be Neville Landless.
But the charge against Neville had been rescinded thanks to Helena Landless's silly resolve and the support of the kindly
Reverend Mr. Crisparkle, who once was engaged to
Rose's deceased mother. Meanwhile, it's difficult to know what to make of
The drunken stonemason journals and his apprentice deputy. Not to mention
Mysteriously motivated purveyor of opium, Princess Papa.
statements to consider during the interval with one admonition. Should you leap to conclusions without all the relevant information, you may find yourself carried off to the races. A spontaneous request, which brings us, rather adroitly I think, to a song. For one evening at the Music Hall Royale would be complete without a rendition of its trademark anthem. Off to the races! Conclusions often lead the best of us astray. The wisest move in life is just wait. Otherwise, the galloping emotions run away like horses at the gate. Up to the races, up to the races, up to the race we go. But what the chase is and what the pace is, we seldom seem to know. Hearts are proud to nevermore pursue a member of the salt and save the race. Save the race! When they anchor to
to the races, off to the races, when flirting faces roll. The saving graces, stolen places, the love and all. Don't fall back on your assumptions, hasty presumptions. Fight till you win. Mind the track like a nag running blind. Try lagging behind, you'll find you'll win.
Bless our Queen Victoria, she's had 9 kids to date. You wonder how Prince Albert got infected. Probably by her decree he had to procreate. Said she, make me amused. I'll do the races, royal races, the same as poor folks do.
What she embraces, the royal graces, the same awards as.
And the race is won by the tardy, not the foolhardy, fools as we be. Don't unlace your madcap abandon, you and you'll land undone, not me. So we call upon you all to hold your horses' reins before we solve the stickings of a crime. Sometimes having patience is as good as having brains, so take your bloody time. Pour out the spirits, the end is nearest, only a length or so. Don't begin to beat your tar off, for the finish isn't far. To the races, off to the race we go. Tally-ho!
We're running behind. Come on, let's start the second act. Come on. Are we all met? A warm round of applause for our intermission acts. And a warm round of applause for our fully trained orchestra under the leadership of Mr. Phil Hinton. Right. I trust we are rested, relaxed, restored, renewed, and more than ready to conclude what is certainly the most ambitious endeavor to date here at your own Music Hall Royale. That of solving, by your vote, shortly to be counted, the mystery
Of Edwin Drood.
Shut up! How many times? 6 months have passed. An English summer is now in progress. Still, there is to be no trace found of young Edwin Drood, and all of Cloistrom is agog with rumor and suspicion. But there are further developments. 2 inquiring sleuths are about to appear on the scene. One being the Princess Puffer, whom you've already met, and the other being a man of mystery, a detective who wears a bulky coat, a fulsome beard, and the name of Dick Datchery.
What?
I said Dick Datchery.
Right, got it.
These apparent strangers approach with grand intentions and great expectations, which I might add we will be performing in Brighton next season, so please do come to that. And just like ourselves, these inquiring sleuths are just now arriving at Cloistrom Station. Yes. There's John Jasper, back from another treatment from London. And notice that among the many curious souls of Cloistrom, none are more intently curious than these 2 sleuths.
I'm on the track of a man in black. He disappeared
things bright and beautiful tonight, don't you think?
Yes, as if the stars were mere punctures in the ceiling of earth, through which heaven's light can be seen. I only wish my assistant Bazard, yes, who's away on business, business, could see such a night as this.
Welcome to Fair Cloistrum, Captain. I'm in the way of being official greeter to all those who might have the price of a bottle of wine on them.
No.
My name is Durdles.
My name is Datchery, Dick Datchery, and I was wondering if lodgings could be found in these parts.
Oh, no doubt, Mr. Datchery.
Something architectural and out of the way. Inconvenient.
We have any number of inconvenient lodgings here in Fair Cloistrum.
Close to the cathedral as well.
Excuse me, sir, I couldn't help but overhearing. The only such accommodation I know of along those lines is a single lodging just above the home of Mr. John Jasper. Yes, he's a great admirer of
Is
my
this
own.
the fellow much afflicted with the loss of his nephew, Edwin Drood?
Wait on, boy. This much afflicted fellow, John Jasper, is he always dressed in mourning these days?
That's the man. And you won't catch me going near him again.
Why is that, boy?
'Cause I'm getting lifted off my legs and choked again.
I find that most interesting. I will enjoy watching the comings and goings of this town. Oh, goodness, why do I always try?
That man should speak to his tailor, yes.
Excuse me, miss. Oh, sorry. Can you tell me where I can find a Mr. John Oh, are you ill? Nah, miss, I always look this way.
Rosa! We have both been guilty of neglecting your music lessons. When shall we resume?
Never.
Am I being politely told that you've abandoned your studies altogether?
The politeness is yours, not mine. I beg to not be questioned anymore. I will not answer. At least I have that in my power.
Rosa,
I do not wish to hear from you, sir.
Oh!
Alcoholism is not a disease.
Hello. Yes, it is, Dirtles, and the first step is admitting you have a problem.
Well, I think the scientists would say otherwise.
Oh my God.
Do not forget how many eyes command the view of us. But you shall hear me, even against your wishes. Dearest Rosa, charming Rosa, even when my dear boy was engaged to you, I loved you madly. I hid our secret loyally, did I not?
You were as false to him, daily and hourly, sir, as you are now. You made me afraid to open his kind eyes to the truth, that you are a bad man!
Oh! How beautiful you are! You are more beautiful in anger than repulse. I don't ask for your love. Give me yourself and your hatred, the pretty rage, that enchanting scorn. It will be enough for me. I warn you, sweet witch, rat charmer, you must stay and do more harm than can be undone.
You're mad!
No! I mean to show you how mad my love is.
Love? You dare to use that word.
Yes.
Love is but a word that wandered here from pastures green, which was rarely said or seen and seldom sung. Innocent enough, it was intended to be used on rare occasions, not abused by every tongue. Never has a word been ever taken so in vain, what little meaning might mean is quickly blurred. Never has there been so quite exhausted such a term. Your sighs and syllables confirm how train this word. You call it love.
I call it love.
I call it rude.
You call it rude.
You call it lust. I call it lewd.
Up and too cruel.
I call it cruel.
Am I the fool?
I cannot bear.
Yet still I dare to call it love.
I think it foul.
I see you scowl.
I think it vile.
You see me smile.
Cruelty.
Or break.
A cunning guile.
I've no denial.
You're worse than foul.
My words are mad.
You give to sin.
I speak them in the name of love. Rosa.
Rosebud, the dainty little face whose every curl confirms that she is a child, a girl, and you'll find Rosa is the only soul in Cloistrum, it seems, who senses just the sort of dreams you dreamed at night. Did you
much
dreadful task
for me to
to
ask.
even speak.
I only seek the name of love.
I will not fear my tragic plight.
The angry
I
bite
have a choice.
of your fair voice, one blazing
I'll
night.
not permit.
You will submit.
You're too desecrate.
And give your faith the name of love. 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 La 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 la. So I promise that you shall be soon as golden idol, to my own and love and believing to a sea of light. 'Tis but the falling moon.
Then I take it you're leaving Cloistrom already?
Not bloody likely.
What do I know? It's comedic relief.
I didn't come this far to turn away with but one piece of the puzzle in my hand. I've never, in my wretched life, been this close to getting anything I've said about after. More the fool I'd be to pull back, just when I'm winning. I've never understood those in life who ease up, just when they should push on. Once I bet my last 10 pence and won. Twice as rich than friends said, call it done. How sad, I said. So that's your wildest dream, eh then? 20 pence instead of 10. Double up my bet again. In life we start the same as when we're done. If you lose, you're just where you've begun. If you've won, don't quit while you're ahead. Just press your blessed luck instead. Don't try to think what move might be the best. Use the heart that beats within your breast. Never rest. Don't quit while you're ahead. Sing out, there's more in store for me.
Finally coming in like a steamship, anchoring into wind.
Lift your chin. Remember what I said. Don't quit while you're ahead. Let go.
Love that's yet to be, only just 3 weeks away from me, hopefully.
Don't quit while you're ahead. Don't worry how you tread. New cares.
Chance, one pipe dream that is mine, the romance quite ripe upon the vine.
Don't resign.
No victor ever fled. Don't quit while you're ahead. To say ta-ra-ta-ree, boom, bang it, clash it, ooh-la-dee-da, boom, bang it, clash it, ooh-la-dee-da. Don't
It was at this moment in our story that Mr. Charles Dickens laid down his pen forever. And so, my dear friends, this is all we shall ever know for sure about the mystery of Edwin Drood. However, at least within the confines of this humble theater, we shall together solve, resolve, and conclude the mystery
Of Edwin Drood.
One minor mystery we can resolve immediately, though it has little to do with our plot at hand. You see, most literary experts would agree that our inquiring detective, Dick Datchery, is actually someone we have already met, a character disguised as Datchery, roaming Cloistrom to better investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood. And ladies and gentlemen, portraying the part of Datchery tonight, I give you that master and mistress of male impersonation, Miss Alice Nutting. But this does not mean that Drood is Datchery. Oh no, far from it. The reason for Miss Nutting's portrayal of Datchery is well, she was contracted for 2 acts of our show, and our management believes in an honest week's work for an honest day's pay, if you catch my drift. Yeah.
What great management.
Which brings us to our first key question. Is Edwin Drood dead or alive? Mr. Charles Dickens experimented with many different titles for our story. For example,
The loss of Edwin Drood.
The flight of Edwin Drood.
The disappearance of Edwin Drood.
but nowhere the death or murder of Edwin Drood. On the other hand, many would say a mystery without a murder is no mystery at all. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our question shall be answered primarily by you. But in a daring and perhaps dangerously democratic move, the Music Hall Royale has decided to grant our company the right to vote upon one issue each night. So, by acolytes of the thespionic persuasion, our question will be, Mr. Thrall.
Is Edwin Drood dead or alive? Miss Nutting, who has a vested interest in the outcome, will kindly turn her back to the cast.
Move out of the way. Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen, as your whim takes you this evening, all those who believe Edwin Drood is dead, please raise your hands. Thank you. All those who believe Edwin Drood is alive, do the same, as you please. Thank you.
Okay. What is it, Bill? Tell me. I want to know.
Tell me.
I'm sorry, Miss Nutting, but you snuffed it by a massive majority, I fear. And our next key question, Mr. Throttle.
Who is the detective, Dick Datchery?
Well, we can now safely eliminate Edwin Drood from that consideration, since our cast has voted him dead for the remainder of the evening.
Dead? And bloody ha ha! You absolute, envious, little twit! It is obvious to everyone that Drood, that I am Datchery, and it's even more transparent that this... Hold on. This petty, jealous cast bitterly resents the attention that I've received in the local press. Goodbye, all. Have a good night, Bill.
Really?
Please move out of the way. Thank you very much.
Miss
Bye.
Nutting!
Alice Nutting.
All right, Alice Nutting. Okay.
You will not believe the week we've had with her.
You really would.
First, her room was too small.
We don't even have a room.
Then her mustache was too long.
I had to trim it.
I told her she was splitting hairs. Literally, splitting hairs. But in all fairness to our cast and to our story, I must strenuously point out that many literary experts disagree with Miss Nutting's contention that Drood and Datchery are one and the same person. Indeed, there are several prime candidates for that face behind Datchery's beard. For instance, I give you Helena Landless. About her, Neville revealed in Act 1.
In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to free our stepfather's cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy.
A hit. A palpable hit. But is it a meaningful thrust or misdirection? Wouldn't Helena Landless be fearful of pursuing John Jasper under the given circumstances?
Not under any circumstances.
But the candidates hardly end there. What say you of Bazard?
I love the theatrical world, but there are many stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Who more likely to don such melodramatic garb and seek the spotlight? Why otherwise would he be in our story?
From my earliest remembrances, I have been a secret and revengeful.
Could it be that the one who is most suspected of foul play investigated the disappearance of Edwin Drood? Or did someone else wish to clear Neville's name?
Neville has been entrusted to my care.
The Reverend Mr. Crisparkle, whose passions and energies lay beneath his clerical garb. Perhaps he has adopted yet another uniform, that of Datchery, to save the lad who is his charge and responsibility. And then there is the puzzling and intriguing possibility of Rosa. Could it be that we have underestimated the resourcefulness of this woman child? Could it be that she has taken it upon herself to investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood? Looks can be deceiving.
Yes, they can, Bill.
This much I do know for certain. Datchery is not John Jasper, the Princess Puffer, Durdle's deputy, or even my own Mayor Thomas Sapseroll. For in Mr. Dickens' novel and in our stories, they all appear in scenes with Datchery. So, here are your roles for the candidates of Datchery. Oh, and may I suggest we vote the way it is done in amateur theatrical contests? As the handkerchief is held above the head of each candidate, pray applaud for your own and the favorite of the part of Datchery. But do remember, there are still more important decisions to come. Soon we will be asking you who the murderer of Edwin Drood is. So don't merely vote for whichever cast member of yours is a distant cousin, for God's sake. Mr. Throttle, if you please.
Is it the ecstatic ecclesiastic Mr. Crisparkle? The tempestuous Miss Helena Landless? All the way from Ceylon, Mr. Neville Landless? The underrated Mr. Bazard? Or the lovely Miss Rosa Budd?
Well, there you have it. Bazard is our Datchery for tonight. And may I suggest you make a quick change of costume? I can see more than several audience members are ready to assist you in the matter. Yes, that one. Which brings us to a much more...
Move out of the way. I am leaving. Bye, everyone. Hope you have a lovely evening. Bye, Bill.
Miss Nutty!
Bye, everyone. No, seriously.
Someone stop her.
I can't be stopped now. Anyone want to join me? No?
no,
All right, bye.
What?
Yes!
Good riddance. Please yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Such appalling behavior is due entirely to upbringing. Her parents were in the iron and steel business. Mother irons, father steals.
That wasn't that funny.
Oh, you didn't like that one? How about this? She was previously known as the orthopedic soprano. She sang in all the joints.
Bill, stop.
This is getting sad.
Stop, please.
One more. Okay,
This
how
is
about
the
this?
last one.
How about
Last
this?
chance.
Okay, I got this. She sang in a pub called the Cock and Comfort. Not much comfort, but plenty of... You catch my drift. So that's the mood we're in tonight.
Good one, Bill.
Thank you. Which brings us to a much more serious matter. As in all great mystery stories, we must find ourselves a killer, a culprit, a fiend. In short, we must find ourselves the murderer of the late lamented, dear departed, vanished, vanquished title character of this evening's diversion, Edwin Drood. Oh, shut up! One more like that and I'll send you all back to the Salvation Army. I'll have you standing out in the rain singing, Jesus wants me for a sunbeam. We must find ourselves a killer. First, for your consideration, I give you the most obvious candidate for the part, Mr. Clyde Paget as John Jasper. Come now, ladies and gentlemen, don't you know here at the Music Hall Royale we boo and hiss the villain? No! We'll have to do the entire thing over again. Now, we're going to do this until we get it right. And if you don't, we'll stand here and form a line and sing 83 choruses of It's a Small World After All. No, I'm sure you wouldn't. We will ruin your evening. Trust me. Your evening. Last chance. First, for your consideration, I give you the most obvious candidate for the part of villain this evening, Mr. Clyde Paget as John Jasper. Come, ladies and gentlemen, let's do be serious. I ask you, is this the face of a murderer? More appropriately, I ask you, is this all there is to the mystery of Edwin Drood, that the most obvious candidate for the part, John Jasper, did indeed kill Edwin Drood in a hopeless attempt to win the love over of the fair Miss Rosabud? Well, where then the mystery? That's taken the wind out of your sails, big mouths, hasn't it? Where then the mystery? Yeah, where indeed? So how stand you? For the obvious answer, or for a more perplexing solution?
Perplexing? I would say perplexing. I would say perplexing. That's just me.
Now, some characters can safely be eliminated from the bidding. Your own Mayor Thomas Sapsy role and deputy were, without question, intended for comic relief and never figure very intimately with the lives of the other characters. Go away. So, here are your roles for murderer.
Landless, did I, in trying to save my brother, bring harm to Edwin Drood?
Rosabud, why would someone as innocent and pure as myself murder my own true Ned?
Durdles. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than give Drood a frontal lobotomy, right?
Never landless. In all honesty, I cannot recall anything of what transpired once Edwin and I reached the river. But he was an odious little twit, and he deserved what he got.
Princess Puffer, who am I, and what am I?
Reverend Mr. Crisparkle, have I in some way confused my mission here on Earth?
John Jasper. I have stood in the cold shade of suspicion since our story began.
Time at last to decide. And may I suggest, for the sake of accuracy, that we vote by a show of hands? So let's bring up the house lights and we'll begin. Oh, Lord! Is this what I've been dealing with all night? Why don't you all try joining hands and contacting the living?
Oh, wow.
Sounds like a pleasant idea.
Yeah.
The alcohol really didn't help.
But,
I'll tell you that much.
no matter. Let's proceed post-haste with the voting. Members of our company are even now circulating among you to count your vital votes.
We will vote number 1, yes?
Yes. Number 7, the obvious.
Vote number 1. Please, number 1. What are you worried about? Put that down.
Oh, you think so? What do you feel good? All you need to add is your bottle of Mr.
Number 1 is the
Santa
chosen in our midst. I shall now offer a sip of port to your chosen fiend, that he or she will know your verdict. And so that the final denouement may come as a complete surprise, I strenuously request that you close your eyes tightly. Close your eyes then now.
Close your eyes!
See?
I am offering the port. Our murderer is drinking it. Open your eyes. You see, you can trust no one here tonight. And it is at this moment that our cast departs backstage and are counting your vital votes, that I caution you to prepare for a few unexpected twists and turns as we serpentine towards the conclusion that you have chosen for us. Drum roll, please. Friends of the Music Hall Royale, for the first time, and at long last, by your own determination, the conclusion, the finale of The Mystery
of Edwin Drood.
The first chapter of Mr. Dickens' novel was entitled The Dawn. Perhaps not so coincidentally, the last chapter he wrote was entitled The Dawn Again. So yes, let us begin our last chapter amid the cold gray tendrils of a dim English dawn.
Oh, it's bloody freezing again. Here, missy.
What is it?
Can you spare 3 and 6 for a Christian soul in distress?
We're both Christian souls in distress, I fear, and I've little more than 3 and 6 to get me to London.
Running away from something?
Yes. At long last, yes. And now I must.
Rosa.
How on earth could you know my name?
No. I've only known you since the day you were born. Only bathed you and fed you. Don't look at me, Rosa. I don't want you to see me this way. But can you remember your nanny, Rosa? Some 12 years ago? Can you look at me now, my own darling girl, and see your Nan instead?
Nan? Somewhere. I was 6. And then you weren't there anymore.
You do remember? God love you. You never really knew your mother, did you? I was the closest thing to that for you.
Then why did you leave me?
It's a sad story, Rosa. But a common one, I fear. I was once your Nan. Then I met a man. Tall and all with golden hair. He's where my end began. Let him have his way with me. He knew his way so well. Led me down the garden path to hell. Marriage in the end. What I got instead was a bed in Camden Town, and then to me he says, shall I send around a friend? Be nice to him, this swell. Stroll him down your garden path to hell. Make your bed of roses and sleep in it. Cuddle deep in it and pray you never wake. Soon the deadly poppies come cropping up, fairly popping from the seeds of one mistake. On my back all day, earning Satan's pay. Took to drink so's not to think of who'd come next to play. Gave my gent my every cent, and he gave me farewell, leaving me to weed the path to hell. Life's a maze of hedges that prickle you, as well as tickle you. They'll tear 5 and 2, sir. Can't you see the garden? It's such a lovely garden. I'll take you there. I know the path so well. To Rosa, my child, my own, I'm deep ashamed you went through life alone. And yet despite my dreadful fall from grace, I never once forgot your name or face. One icy evening a client of mine began to rave and crave some laudanum wine. And as he drank his cup of Satan's blood, he made the great mistake of crying Rosebud. Now it's one thing for them like me to mix and mingle with the likes of he. We are both made from God's most lowly clay and mud. But how comes this man to cry out Rosebud? Well, I can't see too clear, but I followed him here, finding out who was who. I've come back a time or two, when last night tracking me was this Mr. Datchery. So I follow his tracks to his lodgings in the backs, though I hate to confess. Well, I watched this man undress when I saw sudden wise him without his bold disguise, and the job took theatrics and no fear of hazard. Dick Datchery is Bazzard.
Yes, it is I gladly reveal my joy in telling all I cannot conceal. Author am I, at least of this page. Joyfully now I take center stage. My motive in taking this part was to hone even further my art, my theatrical bent and a costume that's let me strive for what's dear to my heart. The chance for some public acclaim, just a shred of a second of fame. As a playwright, a plot to unravel should not pose a problem much harder to tame. This was my greatest audition, 2 days and roles at one time. Finally some recognition, staging the scene of the crime. Going out on a limerick, out on a limerick, out on a limerick, yeah. I found a theatrical kit, and as Datchery I did my bit. So to clear Neville's name, I confess to my shame, 'twas a vanity, do I admit. I followed John Jasper high-low, found the dent he descends to below. And when Puffer came here, 'twas immediately clear my suspicions were quite apropos. So I crept in the lodgings of Jasper, dressed in this wig, what a sight! There I found Rosebud's clasp, her mother she gave to that night. Jasper took it from Ned after hurling him dead toward the Wee River bed, I suppose. Tell him that Datchery knows, and the proof is quite clear. Let us bring Jasper here to be tried and then tied up and strung. And from this limerick, let him be hung.
It was me. I did it. I killed Edwin Drood. I will not lie. I wished Ned to die. Twice dead and A man could split in twain, yet to all eyes remain a so genteel who can conceal the venom in his brain. And if he draws upon the poison madness opium smoke supplies, why this great surprise? There are 2 men in me, and cunning bright is he, who hides himself, resides himself, where I've no eyes to see. But now I think he's at the brink of breaking through the door. I'm in, he's out, I'm out, he's free, I'm free, I'm me once more. How many times I've killed that Drood upon my flight. My flight that bursts a smug presumption of his rights. His rights as heir, his rights to share my rose's bed. It took no smoke for me to picture Edwin dead. That night I filled myself a flask of laudanum, and then to toast my netter Neville I drank some. That's when my greatest flight of fancy did take place. I watched my hands outstretched towards Edwin's pale white face, and in the moonfall I saw my fingers clutching his neck so tightly, touching my sleeve, he fell so lightly. Moonfall then fell on me. But God, the deed was much too easily done. As much as over once it had begun. Such tragedy to finally make the kill, and not to awake to taste the thrill. Now I've confessed. Now we both can rest.
No, I can't let it happen. Yes, you placed the coat that young Drood wore that night down at the River Weir to throw suspicion on Neville Landless. You're a bad one, Jasper, when the evil one's inside you. But you're not a murderer. You didn't kill Edwin Drood.
Whatever. Get out of my way.
Turtles, let me understand what you are saying. Are you saying that John Jasper did not kill his nephew?
Exactly, your lordship.
I just think it's all about it.
Oh, shh. It was a wild night that Christmas Eve, as you recall, Squire, and I sought shelter near Mr. Jasper's door. I fear I'd been taken in more of the Christmas spirits than even I'm accustomed to, and I fear I couldn't raise a hand to help as Mr. Jasper throttled his young nephew, Edwin Drood. Oh, that was quite a long speech, Bill. Think I could have a quick nib of port?
Turtles!
Right. Suddenly I see Mr. Jasper stagger out of his home under the influence of potent medicine, and suddenly he collapses. And then he gets up, picks up young Drood, carries him into the cathedral, down into the crypt, depositing the body right in Mrs. Sapsey's tomb.
What?
Now, I told you there's plenty of room in there.
Turtles, you must tell us who killed Edwin Drood.
Lord love me. I killed Edwin Drood! What reason could I have to ever want Drood dead? Why would I want to harm a hair upon his head? But I'm the candidate you rowdy lot have chose, and so my motives now I fear I must disclose. After Jasper laid his nephew in the crypt, he fled. With quarts of port to Drood, I drank a toast. When I heard him moaning, groaning in my drunken head, I thought Drood was a ghost. Then he started screaming, just like a demon. It was a dreadful cry. Drunk and stiff, my mind did hear it as a different kind of spirit. So I bashed him, smashed him. The murderer am I. Much thanks. Goodbye.
There is your murderer for tonight. But surely we are entitled to a happy ending. We all have need in our lives for love, romance, or, at this hour of the evening, any reasonable facsimile thereof. So it comes to you to resolve one final question. Which two characters in our story will find that commodity in which we all seek? Who shall be our lovers tonight? Let's see, on the distaff side, we have these fair ladies. Which one of them would you like to see united in love with one of our fair gentlemen? Mr. Throttle?
The tempestuous Miss Helena Landless. The lovely Miss Rosa Bud. Or the serviceable Princess Puffer.
Well, there you have it. Helena Landless is your first choice. And we have a field of well-heeled bachelors available. Mr. Throttle?
Mr. John Jasper.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Neville Landless. Mr. Chris Barker. Or Deputy.
Neville Landless is your choice.
You must be joking.
Oh, I'm not joking. Make it happen. Well, that's your choice. And we're stuck with it, I fear. Mr. Hinton, a gentle reprise, if you please. It seems we're about to have a love song.
Neville, it seems the perversity of nature and of its audience tonight have somehow caused me to be incestuously drawn to you. Could you learn to love me like a brother?
Helena, I am your brother. I suppose we must give this depraved English clique what they desire. Wicked bastards.
Once we were perfect strangers. How strangely met are we?
I find I now adore you. Our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you. Fate ruled it so.
You love me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed, pretending takes no skill. This strangeness makes me thrill. Once we were perfect strangers, yet now I love you perfectly.
But what of Edwin Drood? If he could only speak to us from beyond the grave, what would he tell us? What could he say?
What is it? Hello all, I'm alive. Yes, it's crazy. I am Lazarus, risen from the grave. Quite alive, you'll find me. This tomb behind me is where I faced my closest shave. When I struck my head against the street, I was stunned, not stricken. Our plot doth thickened, for Jasper flew me off my feet. Oh, to the crypt. I awoke in dark beyond belief. Well, all above me showed their grief. I was screaming for my very breath. Only moments from death. You have no idea the sudden strength that you feel within you, the steel and sinew, as death stands smiling at street. If outnumbered, beat a fast retreat to the nearest shelter and dig in all together. When you live, then you will.